Hi from a sunny Lugano. This is today's trip, and we have sped it up, so that you didn't have hours of footage to watch. But today was epic, wasn't it?
I think it was. I think the thing that struck us both was the grandeur of the scenery today. It was as pretty as anything we'd seen previously, but somehow felt bigger and more epic, if we haven't already overused those two words.
Yeah, and the contrasting. You would go through gorges and forests, and then massive valleys, then climb up huge mountain passes. I think we would have had over 100 switchback turns today.
I'm sure that's how your stomach feels, Pet.
Yes, it does.
Well, we went. I think the Julian Pass was 30, and the San Bernardino Pass was 50. So there's 80 without even trying.
Yeah, so it really, really has been absolutely spectacular. It does make for slow driving. We did have one mishap where we got into that traffic jam.
Yes. So that wasn't really a mishap, was it?
No, it was quite a bit of an adventure. We were waiting and waiting. I don't know, we must have waited a good 10 minutes.
And it was clear nothing was happening as people were getting out of their cars, many cars in front of us. So we were just stuck in a queue. So eventually someone, after I had suggested this, someone was brave enough to start trying to reverse out of. There's basically 1.5 lanes. The queue started just when what was a 2-lane road was merging in to become a 1-lane road. So there's basically 1.5 lanes, and to be able to get off, you had to reverse. He probably had to reverse about 500 meters. For us, it was only a couple of hundred, and we had enough room to be able to do a U-turn, a 3-point turn. So yeah, effectively at one point today, I was driving into the face of oncoming traffic, if there had been any oncoming traffic, and then having to do a hairpin left-hand turn to get onto a B road and get out of the traffic jam we'd otherwise been in. So,
which is a nice juxtaposition for the San Bernardino Pass. The San Bernardino Pass is one of the great drives of the world that John had read about and was very, very keen on doing. I had seen the pictures, and I probably would have preferred the 7-kilometer tunnel. So, John, as the driver, what was it like?
it was a lot of fun. Obviously, I know that you get car sick, and I know that you're on the side of the road closest to the downhill, so you're more nervous about it than me. It'd be one of those that you'd like to do again in a car with a lower center of gravity. But no, I thought it was good fun driving up, and it's spectacular coming down when obviously we went over the top and started coming down, and that valley opened up, because on the way up, all you can really see is how close the next hairpin bend is, and you're worried about cars coming down. But once we got over and started going down, I thought it was absolutely terrific.
You can, at one point, we've just passed it, where you could see it on the navigator. You could see all of the hairpin bends coming up. But it was, there you got a shot of it again. But I'm filming with a gimbal, so it basically tracks the center of gravity. Sometimes the turns are so sharp that you actually get to see John driving, because the center of gravity of the car, obviously of the camber of the road, points the gimbal round that way. But it certainly wasn't that bad for me when I was looking through the camera.
Oh, like I said, Pet, I was trying to drive as smoothly as possible to mitigate against your car sickness.
But I do have to say, I think I would prefer to be driving, and that's not because I don't trust John's driving. It's just,
Actually, it is because she doesn't trust you.
no, I think it's because I think when you're driving the car, you know when you're braking into the turn,
absolutely.
and you put your body into that, whereas I always feel like I'm got white knuckles, I'm gripping, and I keep trying to grab the grab handle with my left hand because I've got the camera in my right hand. Meanwhile, everything's opposite, whereas the grab handle's with my right hand in this car. So, but the views are spectacular. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And I think the most incredible thing was the amount of cyclists we saw, not with electric bikes, like proper cyclists that cycle. And you can see how high we are now, and we haven't even reached the top of the pass, and people were cycling. That they weren't getting off and walking with their bikes. So it's just incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long it would take them to get over the pass. That would take, you'd think, that would take them certainly a couple of hours.
I think it would take me a year. it just really, I mean, kudos to them, because you can see, I don't actually know how high we get. I'll look it up while John does some small talk.
I think this might be an instance where the pictures speak for themselves. We probably should add a load of screeching noises, shouldn't we, to emphasise the tightness of the turns, but that's Shaz's speciality. I have to say she was very well behaved today. I knew she would be feeling pretty sick after this load of turns, and I half thought she might fancy the tunnel, but she was very, very brave and quite clearly opting to go over the pass. So yeah, it was a really enjoyable drive, and as you can see, the weather could not have been better. I mean, absolutely crystal clear visibility, no wetness on the roads, anything to worry about. So it was a perfect conditions for us to do the drive in.
So the elevation of the San Bernardino Pass is 2,066 meters, but that doesn't tell me anything. I don't know what we started at. But anyway, it's very, very high, and kudos to anybody who cycles that.
Yeah, for sure.
Just
For sure.
unbelievable. And John really did well with the driving. As you can see, I mean, it is sped up, but they are very, very hairy turns. Anyway, after the San Bernardino Pass, we went to Ascona, which was a beautiful lakeside village. Oh yeah, I missed out Bellinzona. Bellinzona was pretty cool too.
It was.
That's where we had lunch. We had a really, really nice pizza and Greek salad with lettuce.
Finally, a pizza.
Yeah, so that was good. Then we did Ascona. We had a promenade along the lakefront. It's very, very hot. It's like 30, 31 degrees. Really, really hot here. And then on to Lugano, where we are in our hotel. We're staying here for one night, and our hotel room, I don't know why, but we've got a 2-bedroom apartment kind of for our hotel. It's got so much space after the pokey little hole we had last night.
The last 2 nights.
Last 2 nights. And we walk out, we've got a little garden in front, and we walk out of our garden into an infinity pool.
Overlooking Lake Lugano.
Yeah, it is really, really beautiful. And on this very, very hot day, and these temperatures that Switzerland is having are certainly over 10 degrees over their norm. So, everybody's loving the hot weather, but we could do without it.
Yeah, I think we've been blessed on this holiday to have the sunshine, which has been makes everything look glorious. But
There you can see the switch bends down on that.
but the quid pro quo has been that it has consistently been 30 degrees or more, and the sun is very intense, so you're not inclined to be doing any of the hikes at all.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed our journey today, and as we say, it was just absolutely epic and grand.
No, epic.